why is nobody talking about this new generation of kids? Like, I didn't even realize what was all going on until my little cousin exposed everything. So I'm hanging out with my family like I always do, right? We're at my grandma's house, grilling, right? Playing basketball in the driveway. And I got an aunt there that I haven't seen in a little bit, right? She lives far away. And she's there with her son, Corey, right? My little cousin. And so I'm talking to her and I'm like, hey, how are you? She's like, good, how are you? What you been up to? Right? Chatting it up. But I don't see Corey. I'm like, Corey's here, right? She's like, oh, yeah, he's in the backyard with some friends. I'm like, okay, bet. Let me go talk to him, see what's going on. Mind you, this is a 15-year-old boy, okay? So you see them 2 years, 1 year difference. There is a huge change, right? 14 to 15, 13 to 15, growing like crazy, right? Also, the voice got deeper. You never know what you're going to see. And I did not expect to see this when I saw Corey. So I go to the backyard and I see him and 3 friends, right? I'm expecting they're back there tossing a football, right? Running around doing something. They're all sitting in a lawn chair on their phones. I'm thinking it's a beautiful sunny day in Minnesota. We cannot waste this time. So I go up to them. I'm like, Corey, what's up? He does something he has never done before, right? Corey sees me. He stands up. He's like, Lala, so good to see you, right? Gives me a hug, introduces me to all his friends. I'm like, oh, you're definitely more outspoken than the last time I saw you, right? I'm like, oh, hi, nice to meet you guys. I'm like, why are you guys on your phone, right? You don't want to be active, like doing stuff. This man says, oh, no, we have no time for that. Like, we got to lock in. I'm like, what do you mean lock in? He's like, how old are you again? I said, 25. He's like, yeah, you wouldn't get it. Goes back to his phone. I'm thinking, oh, okay. I said, well, how long are y'all going to be on your phone? Like, y'all want to play a game? Like, you want to do something? We can play basketball in the front yard, 21, like something. Then all of his friends look at each other and laugh. Thinking, did I say something? And one of them's like, oh, that's cool that you still play games and stuff. Like, yeah, we'll come out there and play with you kids. You kids? Baby, I am 10 years older than you. I'm confused. So I'm just like, okay, I go back to the front yard. And I'm talking to his mom, and I start hearing a lot. I'm asking her, I'm like, what's up with Corey? She's like, what? She's like, oh, you've seen how much he's changed, huh? I'm like, yeah. She's like, honestly, I don't know what's going on. He's been hanging with older people, but like, I don't mind it. I'm like, yeah, he seems like a lot more mature and like speaking confidently. Like, this is not the Corey I remember. The Corey I remember was locked in his room for 10 hours a day playing Fortnite. Not speaking. If I came over to the house and said hi, he'd have his headphones on, locked into the TV and say, what's up? This is a whole different story. So 30 minutes later, they finally finish up their little backyard meeting and we play some basketball. Right? We had a good time. Everybody's giggling, laughing. But what I hear after the game just keeps sending me down a hole of confusion. So Corey's like, you still into sports, huh? I'm like, yeah, like I still like playing every once in a while, like blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that's cool. He's like, you know, I've started to get into sports a little bit. Like, you should come to my baseball game next week. I'm like, finally, something I am familiar with from a 15-year-old. Right? So I'm talking to his mom a little bit more about the details. She's like, yeah, it's next Thursday at 3. I'm like, okay, perfect. Now, when I go to this baseball game, this is not what I had on my bingo card. So I meet them. I meet his mom at the game at like 2:45, right? I'm asking her, I'm like, so what number is Corey? She's like, oh, he doesn't have a number. So what do you mean he doesn't have a number? She said, look. I see all the players come out. Tell me why Corey's the coach. I said, oh, he's like a little helper assistant. She's like, no, he's the head coach. I ain't never seen a 15-year-old head coach in my life. And it's not like he's coaching 5, 6, 7-year-olds. This man is coaching minor league baseball. His assistant looks probably 37. I'm watching the game. I'm like, what? And he's being locked in. He got a little clipboard thing, right? He's freaking out. You can see the emotions, right? I'm thinking, what is going on? After the game, I got to go up to Corey. I'm like, Corey. He's like, yeah, sorry, you had to see that. That was a rough one. I said, no. Babe, I thought you were playing. I thought you would be playing. I'm coming to watch. Since when are you a baseball coach? He's like, oh yeah, I picked that up a couple months ago. Like, I'm just trying to get better at like leading people, managing people. And like, I thought this would be a cool way to do it. What? I'm confused. There's so much about you I don't understand. Because I was not thinking this way at 15. At 15 years old, I was just ready to get my permit, right? I wanted to be able to drive to McDonald's, get me a large fry, right? I wanted to hang out with my friends. I wanted to watch Twilight every day and find me a boy like Edward Cullen. That was what was on my mind. This was not. So I asked his mom, I'm like, what y'all doing after the game? She's like, oh, I'm going to head home. I got laundry and stuff to do. I'm like, Corey, what are you doing after? He's like, yeah, I'm going to go back and probably just work. Again, what? I said, can that work? Wait a minute. Like, can we go get something to eat and just chat for a second? He's like, yeah, I do need to eat. Like, I got a good place we could go to. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm telling his mom I'll drop him off after. She's like, okay, great. What I learned at this dinner was the icing on the cherry on top. So I let him pick the place, right? He gets in the car and he's like, yeah, I got some extra clothes in the back. I'm going to change into when we get there. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, yeah, but here's the place. Puts the name of it in the GPS in my phone. Thinking, where are we going? I don't even know if I've heard of this place. He's like, oh, it's super good. I'm like, okay, honestly, I trust you. We pull up to this place and I can already tell I'm not fitting in. I'm not fitting in because I dressed for a baseball game. I'm in some casual jean shorts, right? Cute little shirt with a hat on. Hair is low-key busted, kind of looking like this. This is a nice restaurant. We go in there. He goes into the bathroom quick. He changes into a nice little shirt with some khaki pants. Thinking, you're just always prepared or what? So I'm like, you know what? We need to get to talking. So we're just sitting down and I'm like, dude, what you been doing since the last time I saw you? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you were quiet to yourself. Now you're locked in on work and all this. Like, are you preparing for college or something? He laughs. He's like, college? Bro, college is for broke people. Okay. I said, so I actually did go to college. But what do you got going on? And while he's about to say it, no, he's supposed to give me the deets. Waiter comes over, looks at Corey, shakes his hand, says, hey, Corey, nice to see you again. Like, you want the regular Shirley Temple? He's like, yeah, that's great. Waiter looks at me and was like, what can I get for you, ma'am? I said, you know what, let me get a water. Let me get a water. He's like, okay. So I'm talking to Corey. I'm like, dude, you be coming to these nice establishments? Like, this is a nice place. He's like, yeah, sometimes me and my buddies come here and we work around lunchtime. Like, I love it here. So many cool connections. I'm like, all right, spill it. As soon as he started talking, I was locked in. He's like, yeah, the biggest thing me and my buddies had, like the one you met at grandma's, is we didn't really know how to talk to adults and like get them to take us serious. So we did a bunch of research and found this thing called Gleam. I'm like, Gleam? He's like, yeah, like it's an app just like Duolingo, but it helps like with social skills, helps you talk with confidence, teaches you how to network. Like, we use this every day. I said, okay, hold on. Send me the link to that, but keep going. He's like, okay, I will. But yeah, we started a marketing agency and like we come to this restaurant, we eat lunch and like we network with people. Like, we found this tech founder. He's been teaching us a lot. Like, we're probably going to meet with investors soon. At 15? He's like, yeah, well, some of my buddies are a little bit older, like 17. I said, you finna be rich. I said, honestly, you about to be rich. Is there anything I can do? Do you need me to help you? He laughs. He's like, nah, like, you're out of the game. You won't get it. I said, okay. I said, well, just know you got some support. And while we're talking, right, I remind him, don't forget, send me that app, GLEAM, because I need to lock in too, right? I'm not trying to work with the job I got. I'm trying to be a businesswoman. He's like, don't worry, I got you. Send me the app. And while everything is going great, and my mind is blown, all of a sudden the waiter comes over, brings a cute little dessert cheesecake. Corey's like, oh, thank you. Like, you didn't have to do this. The waiter's like, no, it wasn't from me. It's from that guy over there. Me and Corey look, it's some guy in a full suit, right? And a watch so shiny, it was blinding me. I'm thinking, Corey, what connections you got?